Hey, welcome back to the Acting Career Expert Studio. My name is Dan Warner. Today, we're going to be talking about a question that's asked over and over and over again, usually by actors who are either just starting out or have been doing it a little while, and that is because there's people all over the country that want to become actors. The question is, should I move to LA to pursue acting? Well, we're gonna jump right into that. Before we do, don't forget to visit actingcareerexpertstudio.com. It's going to be a fantastic website with all kinds of cool stuff on it. Go visit, and there's a wait list that you can sign up on, and when it opens, you'll be one of the first. So there you have it. Also, I do private coaching. I think there's a section down below that you can check that out. It's also on my website. So, should I move to LA to pursue acting? It depends. It depends on your skill level. It depends on how much money you have saved up. It depends on how easy it is for you to pack up the plantation and move to Los Angeles. I will say that in the beginning, it is not necessary to move to Los Angeles to pursue your acting career. And that hasn't come to pass, or that just started in 2020. And here's why. Pandemic. I don't know if you heard about it, but there was a global pandemic that went on, and we went from auditioning in the room to putting auditions, self-submission auditions. So they call it putting it on tape. You record your audition on your phone or camera or any device, and then you send it in via the internet through acting websites. And that's how they're doing it now. There are some in-room auditions, not very many. I go to maybe 3 a year, where I used to go to, in a good month, 3 a week. So much different now. So all self-submissions, and they're shooting this content, whether it's a Netflix show or a TV commercial. I just auditioned for a TV commercial that's shot in New Orleans. So I'm in LA. They have to fly me to New Orleans if they like me. I have a buddy of mine who lives here in Los Angeles, and he works on a show called Ghost, and he's a series regular there, and that shoots in New York. And so they have to fly him to New York. So the answer to the question is, if you audition for something, and they love you, they will fly you wherever you need to go. So you do not need to move to Los Angeles to pursue your acting career. Not yet, anyway. There are some times when you get the breakdown and you get your audition, the email says, must be a LA local hire. That means that their budget is a certain amount and they're shooting it here in LA and they don't want to have to spend the money to fly you in. I don't recommend that you lie about where you're located. Don't say, well, I'm an LA local hire, and if you lived in maybe, Oklahoma, because then you'd have to fly in yourself, and that would eat up all the profits of the project that you're doing, unless you just want to do it for the credits. But I don't recommend that because you have to be here for all the COVID protocol, fitting, COVID testing. So There's 3 days before, 2 or 3 days before you shoot something that you have to be, that you have to be here in LA if it shoots in LA and they need a local hire. Now, if it doesn't say must be a local hire, then it doesn't matter. There's plenty of projects in Louisiana, New Orleans, Miami, Atlanta, New York, Dallas, Chicago, and maybe you apply only for those projects that are in your area. If you do audition or submit for an audition for a project outside your area, say LA, and you live in Oregon, then I would put on the tape, because on your slate you have to say your name, your height, and where you're located. So if it's not specific in the breakdown saying you must be local hire, then just tell them, Bob Smith from Portland, Oregon, 6'2", and I live in Portland, Oregon, and boom, send it out. Now, if you don't get the part, it may be, not always, but it may be that you don't live in LA or New York, and that's where they're shooting it. But if they're sending it out and casting a wide net because they're looking for great talent, and you're a great talent and you live in Portland, Oregon, then they'll say, great, we'd love to give you the part, and you'll fly in on such and such, and we'll put you up at this hotel, and that's how that goes. So if they like you, they will fly you in and put you up. They're doing less of that now, I will tell you. But the other part of this is, if you are brand new, then just do local stuff. Do local stuff until such time as you've gotten a little bit of a resume and you've gotten a little bit of a reel, so that when you do eventually decide to move to New York, LA, wherever, that you've got something behind you. You've got some experience, and it'll be easier to get an agent or manager, and it'll just be easier to navigate your way through. So I say stay put, stay where you are, and gain some experience. If you feel like you've got enough experience and you've saved up your money and you're ready to give LA a try, then give LA a try, man. I always encourage people to do it, because if you don't do it, years will go by and you go, I wonder what would have happened if I moved to LA. Don't be that guy or girl. So no, you do not have to move to Los Angeles to pursue your acting career. If you have any questions about this, leave them down in the questions and comment section, like, how much experience do I need before I move to LA? Or maybe I'll do another video on all of that. If you got anything out of this, hit the like button. And if you have not subscribed to my channel or gone to my website, you should do both of those things. Okay, I think that's it. Hey, short and sweet, pretty good, right? Now we're going to play, again, 2 weeks in a row, we're going to play Who Said That? This is where I deliver a movie quote, and in the comments and questions below, you tell me name of the film, name of the character, and the actor who played that character. Here we go. Who said this? I can't go back to jail. If we get jammed up out there, we're holding court in the streets. Pretty good, right? Okay. Who said that? Let me know. See you next week.